Hey everyone, it's April 8th, which means it's Rex Manning Day. We had to take a moment to talk about this cult classic, Empire Records. Welcome to Screens in Focus. I'm Diana. Renee is here. Hi, Renee. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great. We just wrapped up our conversation on Dark Winds and we were discussing Rex Manning and this quirky gem that I wasn't aware of. Let me share it with you and then we'll get some of Renee's insights on this. So, Empire Records is a 1995 coming of age film about a group of teens working at an indie record store trying to save it from a corporate takeover, all during one chaotic day featuring this washed up pop star, Rex Manning. So, Renee, you brought it up to me last week, and I had no idea what this was. I didn't know about Empire Records. I don't know where I was or what was happening, but I would love for you to share what it means to you and how you've celebrated.
Yeah, so it's one of those movies where I watched it originally when it came out and it was like, okay, whatever. But as time went on, it grew into this cult classic. Then all of a sudden, I see these things about Rex Manning Day, and this has been several years ago. And I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the guy from Empire Records? And so then I look, and yeah, had turned into this big thing where everybody celebrates on April 8th. And so our family just started every year. We watch it. We sometimes we make food. My daughter, I think she made a Damn the Man cake the one year. She Actually, this year she's made sugar cookies with the pins made.
Yes,
She's got
yes.
sugar cookies with some of those on for this year. So it's just been one of those things where we just kind of, it's just a tradition every year now. We've been doing it. I can't remember when we started it, but it's been several years now that we just do this. And, again, it's not like this Oscar winning movie or anything, but it's just fun. It's just chaotic, like you said, chaotic, and it's just a lot of fun.
I didn't know about it, but you got me excited when you mentioned it to me. And I thought, this is a movie and this is a day. I have to know more about it. So I did. I watched this movie last Friday. It felt so nostalgic to me. And it gave me Breakfast Club vibes a little
Mhm.
bit. I think what I really liked about it, one, the cast. Renee Zellweger, is it Liv? Is that her
Mhm.
name? Liv Tyler and what's his name? Anthony LaPaglia. Hopefully, I'm saying his name right. You know his face. Maxwell Caulfield, who plays Rex Manning, and just so many more. There's other
Mhm.
actors in here that you would totally know who they are.
Mhm.
But I really did like the casting. I seeing them this young, all of them. I'm like, wow, they're so young. And I just really love that it's in a record store.
Yeah.
That to me is the coolest vibe. I love it. When would you have all these young people working one shift? I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. It's a movie and it's meant to entertain and give you a certain feeling. In fact, it got panned. It was a
Mhm.
flop,
Mhm.
but I can see why it has a cult following because
Mhm.
it's just fun. I thought it was a great watch and you would enjoy it too if you've never seen it. If you are music obsessed, record store obsessed, 90s obsessed, check it out. It's great.
So, some little fun facts about the movie. People that watch it probably know a lot of these, but if you haven't, you probably won't. It obviously launched the careers of a lot of actors: Renee Zellweger, Liv Tyler, and Ethan Embry. Corey Cochran, is it? I
Oh,
forget.
yes, yes.
Lots of great faces in there that helped get them some notice and things. As you mentioned, it was a box office flop. It only brought in $150,000 opening weekend, but then it became a cult classic. Some other fun things: Coyote Shivers, who played Burko, the musician, he at the time was Liv Tyler's stepdad.
Wait, say that again? What?
The actor is Coyote Shivers, who played Burko. He was one of the workers that worked there. He was a musician.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay, okay.
but in real life, he was Liv Tyler's stepdad, and he was
Oh
only, I think they
my
only had a
god.
12-year difference in age or something.
Wow, okay.
Just, yeah. And then that scene where Mark hallucinates with the band Guar. that was actually filmed at an actual Guar concert. So he was on
Wow.
stage and doing all that. So that's always fun because it's such a crazy hallucination that he
Yeah.
has. And Max Caulfield, who played Rex Manning, actually sings Say No More, Mona Moore. He actually sang the song. I thought that was fun. He does such a great job as that horrible character.
He does.
And another fun thing, in 2024, they actually did a Broadway musical of the film.
Oh my gosh. I
And
could see
yeah,
that.
yeah, I think I could see it working really well. I thought that was a really fun thing. The soundtrack actually did way better than the film. There's so many good songs and different
Yeah.
characters or bands.
I do want to chime in and say, yes, the music kept me gripped. Oh, that's a good song. It was really, really good.
When the soundtrack was released, I think it was Variety that said it's a soundtrack looking for a movie. I thought that was pretty funny. Several years ago, Ethan Embry shared on Twitter that they chose that day because in the film, they never say exactly what day it is. They chose April 8th because that was the day they found Kurt Cobain in his Seattle home. He said that was the day they lost the 90s music mascot. It's a nice day to celebrate Rex Manning Day, celebrate Kurt Cobain, and all together good stuff.
Yeah. That's what drew me, both those things. One, the fact that you said, okay, Empire Records. I love that title. It sounds like music,
Yeah.
records. And then Rex Manning Day. I'm like, who's this guy? I had to go look it up. And that it's tied to Kurt Cobain. I'm like, this is just so impactful. How do I not know this? It's just a fun movie. Like I said, watching it on a Friday night, it just was a feel good movie
Mhm.
because it's not taking itself too seriously and you just watch it. I did wonder because it was a flop how the actors felt about it. You work on it, you put it out thinking, "Oh, we did this great work," and then it's not well received, and you're like, "Damn, that wasn't very good." But then later on, it ramps up. I think Maxwell Caulfield also said he gets a lot of attention on that day,
Oh, I'm
on
sure.
social media because
Mhm.
everybody says
Always
something. So
tagging him, and yeah, I'm sure.
I'll
And
be tagging this
yeah,
podcast
that's right.
episode.
Make sure he sees it. I think I didn't read the whole article, but I read a heading that I think the actors didn't realize it had gained this cult following. Like till for after a while, obviously they did, but initially
Yeah.
they weren't even aware that it had done that. So that probably had to make them feel good that,
Yeah.
oh, it's been resurrected by this, group of people who are trying to keep it going. But they were sad about it, which I'm sure they were. Maybe that consoled them some.
Yeah. I hope so. There are so many movies in the past that didn't do
Hmm.
well and do better later. Just
Hmm.
like I heard Demi Moore talk about Ghost.
Hmm.
That did not, I don't know how, I remember seeing that in theaters, but she talked about how that wasn't well received. And people were shocked. People are like,
Hmm.
"What?" Maybe by critics it wasn't well received because
Hmm.
I remember loving that movie, and I think everybody did too.
Hmm.
Even Whoopi Goldberg won her Oscar for that,
Hmm.
so it had to have been somewhat well received.
Yeah, I
So,
guess I always thought it was a very popular movie.
yeah, I did, but I could have swore she said that,
Hmm.
but I don't know. But anyway, yes, I'm so glad that I have watched it now. Here's another watch for that movie, and I'm sure that being this time of year and the date that it is important to watch it and that the day that it is set because it's all one day and I said that earlier,
Hmm.
but I love that everything is one
Yeah.
day in a music store. I just think it's just a cool concept. I miss those type of movies and I hope somehow this sparks someone to make another one like it. Not
Mhm.
exactly like this,
Right.
but within that mold of a movie. So saying that, and unfortunately with Kurt Cobain passing away on that same day, I did want to bring up Nirvana and their music and their songs and to check in with you, Renee, to see what is one of your favorite Nirvana songs.
Mhm. Well, I picked three because I was like, oh, so I loved their cover of Bowie's "The Man Who Sold the World." They did that on MTV Unplugged. I loved that, and I always have a playlist of just noise songs, just like loud, whatever. And that their territorial pissing song, I love that song because it's just one of those ones you're in your car and you turn it up really loud. It's just him just yelling and everything, and I just really like that.
That's so good. I wrote down Nirvana covered The Man Who Sold the World by David Bowie. It's so good, but I
Mhm.
think that whole unplugged segment
Yeah.
was really good, and I think anything that came out of Kurt Cobain's mouth at that setting and everything else was probably just
Mhm.
magic. A couple songs come up, of course, All Apologies, Lithium, Come As You Are, and I know they're like, "Oh, couldn't you pick something different?" But I'm sorry, Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's at the top
Yeah.
of my list. It's so good. My boys all played musical instruments. They've played that song. So it's hard for me not to say that song because I've heard them play it. They've also played Come As You Are. But so it just means something to me,
Sure.
that song. And so I just think it's a special song and people love it. And I love that it has these sort of ebbs and flows in the
Mhm.
music, right? It's not all like banging and it's not all slow. It's like a combination of rhythms, music, and intensity. Just really great music. So thank you, Renee, for sharing yours. Thank you for sharing with me what Rex Manning Day is and Empire Records. Thank you.
Of course, I gotta share the love here and then get people to know about it if they don't.
What you did with
Good.
me. And I hope by both of us doing this podcast episode that we're sharing it with all of you out there, whether you're watching Empire Records, spinning some vinyl, listening to Nirvana. We hope you enjoy this musical moment from Screens in Focus. Remember to follow us, subscribe to Screens in Focus. That is all in the show notes. Remember to keep watching, keep exploring, and keep those screens in focus. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.